All right, you're all set. So call to order the Historic Preservation Commission meeting.
Okay, I call this meeting to order. Like a roll call of who is here.
Okay, Anna Sumco present. Maureen Buffy. Eric
Oh.
Brewster.
Paul St. Almond.
Okay, and then approval of minutes.
Okay. Has everyone read the minutes from?
Actually, minutes are not available, so maybe ask for a motion to table the minutes.
Okay. I make a motion to table the minutes
Okay, motion.
to next meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Old business.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Okay, so looking for an update on the Reed Schoolhouse windows in
You're all
Blackwell.
set. So call to order the Historic Preservation Commission meeting.
Okay, I call this meeting to order.
Oh, no, it's
A roll.
okay. We're good now. All right. Yeah, update on the Reed Schoolhouse windows. So last month I said that I would get in touch, or that I had gotten in touch with Alex over in the finance office. And he was gonna look into it for me, and he was able to come up with the invoice number, and it actually does show that it was paid. The invoice date was 6/24 of 2022, and the pay date was 6/30 of 22. So I followed up with the planning director, and he was able to see on his end that yes, it actually did end up coming out of the last year's budget. So there was some sort of communication gap, but I have it here. It definitely did come out of last month's budget. It did get paid. So I guess the next step would be somebody reach out to Coventry Glass and first of all, confirm that they did get the check. And if so, get that scheduled to be delivered and installed. If not, it could just be a case of reissuing the check if it got lost in the mail or something.
I'm sorry, did you contact Coventry Glass?
I did not have a chance. I just got this information.
Oh, you just got it, okay. I mean, do you want me to contact them?
I think you have,
Or should you?
I think you have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So if you want to reach out.
I'll probably get an answer faster. That's the only reason I want to do it. I'll call them tomorrow
Mhm.
and ask them about that.
Yeah, I can follow up with you after the meeting. I have a check number here, and then that way we can I can give that to you so they can know.
I'll look into it,
Sure.
and then let you know.
Okay.
I mean, if I get an answer tomorrow, I'll let you know, but I'll call them at least and have them look for this. And when, just tell me again the date,
Yep, so it says
Around-
that it was paid on 6/30.
6:30.
Now, that's not necessarily when they received it, that's when the town.
Right, that's when.
issued the check and then
Right,
mailed it.
I understand. 6:30. Okay, so they should have got it. Beginning of July.
Yeah, sometime
And
around.
if they didn't get it, then
Then it would just be a
Right.
case of.
If they did
reissuing
get it-
Avoiding the check, reissuing. the check.
how come they haven't been there and installed it?
That I don't know.
Then
That's,
they will
that's my next question.
hear it from me.
Sure.
Okay,
Alrighty, other than that, I don't have any updates on the flagpole. I don't know if anybody else has any updates or discussion regarding the flagpole.
no, that's normal.
Okay,
The town map,
Yeah, I guess that's out of our area now.
I think the last we had spoken was there was gonna be, further discussion about hanging the map up somewhere in town hall, if I'm remembering correctly.
I thought there was
And getting
something,
some sort of like glass case or something.
I thought they were gonna have somebody look at it first. Thought there was something.
I'll look back in the notes.
Yeah, because I know there was something before that, where they, I remember specifically, somebody was.
Oh, maybe the state.
Yeah, I can't think of the name, what was the terminology that was used, but.
Archive?
Yeah, some type of archive, something.
Okay,
Um,
Somebody said she was hard to get a hold, maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was another issue. I was talking to somebody who was trying to get a hold of that same person that made the presentation, is her name Maria?
It was, I had, not me, because
No,
I was,
okay.
but.
I was talking
it was
to
an
Maria.
idea,
Yeah,
person that,
somebody else was trying to reach out from to her to Payne House, and they weren't
Yep.
able to get a hold of them.
so I know the planning director, he was doing a little research as well into, now it's coming back to me, looking into the state archivist, so. I'll see if he made any headway on that, if he has a name, and then I can probably forward that to Norma, and then she can try to make an initial
Yeah.
contact on them.
I know,
The
I
only
was
other-
thinking of
the only
the
other-
conservator, right?
Yeah.
That's the name I was thinking of.
but you would talk that, that person had done the presentation
Yeah.
at, Patuxent Valley,
Valley.
right? Well, I'll be seeing them all on Saturday, so maybe
Okay,
I can ask who that was.
How
But
did-
the other thought I just had is maybe calling, Rhode Island School Design Museum people to see if they know somebody in the state. And I can do that.
Okay.
I'm an alumni, so
hmm,
it does get me a few bits of
few perks.
in there, you know,
yeah.
they keep trying to get donations from me, so.
At least they can
kidding.
do is answer a couple of
Well,
questions.
I mean, I never thought of it before. I don't know why. Because with the kind of people that they have to do the stuff they do for a start, they may know someone that could look at it, you know, locally.
Yeah, I think you're gonna hit a dead end though with that. I just,
Yeah.
I think it's better off to try to not to initially, but hey, if somebody can look at it and say, hey, I got an idea on this, but it's
Mm.
it's just unique, however they put it on there.
Yep.
It's some type of adhesive they glued it on. It's just.
All right, so. Do we have to make a motion to end old business? I don't,
Nope, you can
no,
just
okay, just go.
move
so-
right into the next.
New business, Pine Grove Cemetery. That'll be me to give an update. I've
Okay.
met with the mason. And he is hopefully gonna get me an estimate, a written estimate for the repair of that wall.
Mhm.
And the other related work to it by Monday.
Okay.
Okay, so my question is, once I have that, do I bring it to you, John? I mean, it's for opera money, I'm not sure how that works, so.
I know that they had done a first round.
Right.
Of, review for different projects.
Yeah,
I know that after the first round of review, they were gonna see what monies were left over and then
mhm,
possibly do a second round, so this would fall under that second round category if they do end up
yep,
having monies left over. So I think there's no specific date for that yet. So you'd be safe by holding on to that and then just
Okay.
presenting it at the next
Yeah.
meeting. That would
Yeah.
probably be the
but would
best
it
way.
be
I
you
think-
that would do it, or
There
I
is-
mean, to present it to them, or do I have the town council?
There is
People.
an application,
Oh, that's
an
what they-
online
yeah, okay.
application.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
just to just to
Yeah.
get the basics down,
Sure,
but I was talking to
glad you
somebody.
reminded me of that.
Yeah, and I don't know if everybody who applied had to go through this procedure or just the initial people who missed that
Hmm,
cutoff. But I heard that they were presenting in front of the town council. For example, I think Payne House
Paint House did
made
a
a
really, they
presentation.
did a very good presentation, I heard about it.
Okay,
They were very happy with the presentation they did, because that's all stuff related to me,
okay.
and
Oh, that, and
I
the
put
work that-
together all the estimates for that, for the work for them, so that they would have numbers, hard
Okay.
numbers to use to
right.
present.
right.
So, someone contacted me who was at the meeting and said that whoever, I wasn't sure who did the presentation, but whoever did it,
No, I
did a
was not.
really good job, and they were very impressed
Oh, good,
with that, so it is getting consideration for
right.
them to do the restoration there.
So I don't know if that, so I assume that it's gonna become part of the procedure if it wasn't
Yeah.
from the very beginning, is to plead your case,
Yeah.
with
Sure,
the,
because
with the facts.
There is. In what I saw as far as, applications, there was a lot on the table for the
Hmm.
town council to look through, parse through and try to, determine what their priorities are.
So
Right.
Sooner, is-
what
so sooner
what
is probably
projects
better.
are really worth considering and, doing so. But anyway, I think that's probably the way we'll still have to do it is with that application and then with the paperwork, which I took. When I met with him this past weekend, I did take a bunch of pictures and a video picture too of
Okay.
the wall that
Okay.
are current. Because
Okay,
mine were 4 years old, because that was 2018 when I did the initial.
I think I could also find, a history of what we tried to do in the past in terms of getting people from the town to go over there and take a look at the
Mm.
situation and, and that was kind of the end of that, but then a few years later, DPW, put out a request for people to make proposals on it and,
When I do get the estimate from him,
okay,
I'm gonna write a cover sheet for it,
okay.
because it's gotten worse with the
Yeah, oh,
erosion.
yeah,
I
oh,
mean,
yeah,
there
yes.
will soon be graves that are
that's what I've been
sticking out of the
saying
ground
all-
with it, with the way, it's eroding
That's
away,
what I've
where
been
part of the
saying.
wall is collapsed.
Yeah.
And my masons even, like, said, the proposal is we're gonna put the wall 1 foot, like literally the back of it will touch where the other one
The
was.
capstone's
Because
like
if you,
falling off.
right, they've fallen off, they're gonna have to all be reset. You start digging behind that wall too much, and you're gonna have. the grade-
Exactly,
the grade is
Exactly.
exposed, so you have to be very careful with it, but anyway. I should have that by early next week, then I
Okay.
can write a cover letter
okay.
to do whatever, and then it'll be ready.
And if you want me to help with the
Yeah.
physical
Yeah.
application,
Yeah,
you
okay,
know,
Yeah, I believe the application is relatively short. I think
it's a
just
one page,
Yeah.
yes.
but they always say, provide as much
Sure.
information as you can.
I don't-
Attached
Yeah.
estimate,
Yeah, and that's why whoever did the thing, the presentation for the alarm building. They had a lot of stuff and a lot of pictures and other things like that to go along with it and presented it.
So I don't know that they're accepting any applications at this time, but it might be worth.
Right,
it to
good to have
just
it ready.
be Ready
Yes,
for any next round that.
because then at least when they do get to that point,
Yeah. I
we'll
just
have
wanted
it
to make
ready
that
and-
clear that
Okay,
don't
We won't
try
be-
to go submit it.
yeah,
okay,
It would
Yeah.
just be something to have in our back
Okay.
pocket
Yeah.
to submit if and when they open those things back up.
all right, thank you, Paul.
and the last item on there is, I'm just reading from my phone there.
Here.
Okay. Is approval of Historic Preservation Commission 2023 meeting dates, which everybody's been given. And
So the meeting dates, the proposed meeting dates that you see before you, it's really in keeping with this year's and last year's meeting date. It's the fourth Thursday of the month, except for the last 2 months, November and December. We try to stay clear of the holidays with Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I think that we should be safe if we do November 16th and December 21st. And that, again, just stays in line with what we've been doing this year, last year. And that keeps us clear of any holidays.
I make a motion to approve the meeting dates.
Motion to approve the meeting, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Erin, you have anything you want to add?
Very quiet over there, I already know why.
I don't think it's on the list, but I don't have, next meeting, I'll report on the, grant, I guess. Well, within the commission.
So that'll be new business for next meeting. The next meeting is early, obviously, because of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Well, does anyone know the date of the next meeting?
Should be right on the bottom there.
November
November 17th.
Can I have this copy?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's the year, I didn't hear from Norma, I hope she's coming back.
I know this. I didn't get anything from it. And I did get a text, so it was working here.
Other than that, the last thing is public comment. There's somebody, in person, if you want to ask if anybody's online that wants to raise their hand.
And is there anyone that has public comment? Hey, Nick.
Hi, Nick Longo, 5 Autumn Ridge Road. Just a quick comment about the ARPA funds as it relates to the fire building. At this past Monday's meeting, they didn't specifically mention the fire alarm building request for $60,000, but the way they were talking about how they were going to fund all of these projects is they were going to look at some of the large public facing projects in this first round, as well as and they specifically said some of the projects between $60,000 and $100,000. So I think that to me at least, it sounds like the fire alarm building is going to get funded in the first round, along with some monies replaced that were taken out of the budget previously for street repairs, and then another 2.7 to start getting up on the project of improving all of the roads in Coventry. But I did want to mention, and I could be wrong, I heard the young man there in your room talking about round 2. And the way I was hearing it at the meeting was round 1 was as I had just spoken, with the public facing projects and some of the smaller projects to get the money out the door. And then round 2 would be to come back through to these projects and start picking away at them in an organized fashion. At one point, they were talking about the pump stations, but then they decided, well, we're going to hold off on the pump stations because they don't want to go out for RFPs and then not be ready to do the pump stations till next year or something, because then the quotes would be stale. So that's all I wanted to mention, is that phase 1 was the public facing projects and a bunch of the smaller dollar amounts. I'm hoping that one of those is the alarm station, and that round 2 they're coming back through. So as far as completing a new application, I think that they would be amenable to that, but it might take a call or something to let somebody know it's coming. So that's it.
Your input is much appreciated,
Thank you.
Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Gives me valuable information from the meeting. Next meeting. He's a valuable asset to the town. This guy's gonna be definitely right on it. Okay, do we close the meeting?
I think just capitalizing on that, just do what you said you were gonna do, get that all information all compiled, and
Yep,
maybe,
can always call Jen Ludwig.
yeah,
I mean, she's rep in my area, I believe, but I mean, she's very involved in that, and so we'll
maybe
find out.
Yeah, reach directly out to counselor, and
Yep.
I'm sure he would keep Norma in the loop as
Yep.
well, and I know she can definitely get in touch with
Yeah,
anybody that she wants.
right, right. She would know,
Yeah, make herself
what
known.
to do
Yes.
or not do.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yep.
Rather than waiting for an announcement.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I make a motion to close the meeting.
Second?